What's going on YouTube? Back with a video, Friday recap. Um, Overall, pretty solid Friday. If you guys watch my videos, you guys know I do not like Fridays. Fridays are just scary. But we managed to catch a good trade. I went light in size, so it definitely could have been more if I went around like 7 contracts or whatever. But I went light in size, like 3 contracts, 3 micros. Ended up getting 200 out of it. So I was like, okay, I'm calling it to Friday. I'm done. Like this is the best. I was watching this actually right now just to see if the draw liquidity was this 5 minute gap, and it actually ended up working. And then so we tapped back into this. Actually, this for value gap doesn't even look too bad if we inverse this. Um, but I'm not taking it. I'm just gonna go ahead and tape read it, see what happens. We could check on it after this video. This looks pretty good too. Yeah, 5 minute. Yeah, good rejection off of that. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Um, so yesterday I've been trying to do like a little bit of a commentary type of thing of like daily biases and just on my own like little personal Discord. Um, so yesterday I was looking at the 4 hour and I noticed that we had an SMT here, right? We have an SMT here. Okay. With that being said, here, let me read it from my Discord. So on NQ, there's a 4 hour SMT and turtle soup. So overnight session, we could see a displacement to the upside. So we end up taking sell side liquidity right over here, basically turtle soup. And then ES at this time was currently inside of this fair value gap. So this was overnight session. So ES was literally inside of this, and this is a 4 hour, so this takes forever. Okay, so this is what I said. ES is in a 4 hour gap, so it really depends whether or not that goes inverse that we see the displacement to the upside. If it fails, I want the 797 equal lows. On the daily time frame, ES has equal lows on the daily time frame. That is right here. Equal lows on a daily time frame. So 797. Right? But I said if we inverse this 4 hour overnight session and there's bullish order flow, I am gonna be bullish for the day. Okay. So I woke up and I noticed that it went inverse, and I said, looks like the 4 hour went inverse during overnight session. Would be interested in some longs due to momentum. Interested in that 342 level on NQ. So that 342 level, um, let me go ahead and draw that out for you guys. Was just 342, 342, 342. It's on the hourly. So this was the level I was interested. Uh, See if we can get an inverse trade in the morning off of open. I'm going to talk about that. So again, so I woke up and I was like, okay, is this inverse valid? So I went inside the smaller time frame, and I was like, okay, let's see. I noticed that we are bouncing off of this small 15 minute right over here. Then we continued going higher. Now I zoom in again. I mean, that was a 1 hour fair value gap. Sorry. I zoom in again to the 15 minute, and I see that we are absolutely respecting this 15 minute gap right over here. Continue wicking, 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 and then just never closing under it. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going bullish for today. With that being said, market opened, right? And then I could go ahead and go to replay 630. So I was interested in this level, right? On the hourly time frame, this is just a high, right? So I was interested in this level. So market opens. Let me go on the 1 minute here. So 630, market opens, and I want this level. I want to find an inverse trade to this level. Absolutely just gets ran through. Not even a trade. So I said on like my little Discord, like sadly no inverse trade to the 342 level. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna just have to look for a trade somewhere else, because if I got an inverse for value gap trade here, that would have been absolutely smooth and clean. Like this is just straightforward. I mean, you could have caught this trade right over here, just really good rejection off this 1 minute. Um, but I didn't trade that, right? So that's that. and I was just waiting for a good trade to happen. So the first trade, let me go ahead in my journal, was at 7:20, and I actually missed this trade. So let's go ahead and time skip to 7:20. 7:20. Okay, so what was I looking at here, right? By the way, this high was a previous day high. That's why I wanted to target that level. If you look on the hourly, or actually we had to go on the 15-minute. I think he had put this on. Yeah, so this was the previous day high. That's why I wanted to target this level, and it just gets ran through. Um, if anyone was wondering why this, right? It was just previous day high. Um, so going back on the 1 minute, what I was looking for was a somewhat of a retracement to a 5 minute gap, right? And we have this 5 minute gap right over here. I was just sitting back watching, and I actually did not take this. I don't know why I didn't take this. It was a little bit scary, and he even offered a retracement. I don't know. I just you're gonna see the second trade. The second trade looks a bit scarier, but I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's jump into this, right? So my draw of liquidity for now was this 5 minute gap, and I was just waiting to see what would happen at this gap. We actually ended up respecting it. So we actually end up respecting this. On the 5 minute, you see we completely just wick out of it. Good strong momentum out of this. You zoom in the 1 minute, we do have this fair value gap here. Here, just for better visualization, let me do this, delete this. So this is something very nice right here. Let me go ahead and check if there is an SMT here on the 1 minute with this. We have to go back. Replay doesn't work for like two when I'm trying to look for it. Like it doesn't reset ES as well. I don't know how that works. Right. Is there an SMT here? No, there's no SMT here. Yeah, there's no SMT here. So it's just a 5 minute gap and then 1 minute inverse fair value gap right here, right? So you could have entered off of this. I mean, your stop loss definitely would have been a little bit scary. But the thing is, you know, we're inside a 5 minute. And so just continue waiting. And we also have this 1 minute in here as well. So there's just a bunch of fair value gaps inside of fair value gaps. So just remember, we're inside this 5 minute and we're rejecting off of it. I'm gonna just go ahead and delete this, just so you guys can see a little bit better. Right. So your trade would look something like this. I mean, you definitely would want to have your stop loss a little bit under this fair value gap, just in case, you know, we want to retrace back into it and then continue higher. But, you know, 20 points for me, and let's see what happens. So I actually would have gone stopped out. But the thing is, what people do is if this candle were to close, that's when they would actually fully get out, right? So they wait for a candle closure under the fair value gap. So, and that, I guess it helps. It's a little bit riskier because it prevents you from getting wicked and then from like not missing the trade. But also, if this thing just shoots back down, if this thing just completely dumps all the way over here, you're getting wrecked, right? So it's just like a risk factor thing that you have to think about. But again, so this offered a retracement. I don't know why I did not enter off of this, or just I did not enter off of this. Really good solid momentum coming out of this, right? So looking back at this, right, where would you target? I mean, you have this over here. You could target up here, and then you could also target this for value gap on the 1 minute, right? So your trade would look something like this. Let's go ahead and play this. So this trade would have ended up working, really. Again, this almost fulfilled this 1 minute as well. I don't know what happens after this, actually. Let me see. Yeah, so you actually would have never gotten stopped out, and you would actually reach south side, which is all over here. I mean, buy side. So this trade actually looks pretty damn good. Um, Again, I did not end up taking this, so this would have been your trade. It never ends up touching your break even, right? So this is a 120 point trade, pretty solid move. I did not take this. I missed it. So the next trade I actually ended up taking was at literally just this. I caught this move. I caught this move, and it was this right over here. Let me go ahead and delete all of this for you guys. It was this. So I caught this for value gap right over here. On top of that, we did have an order block right here. So order block, and I entered here. I actually was a little bit scared, just because I did not enter off of this candle closure. This candle closure is a little bit weak, right? You wanted to be a little bit higher, a little, right? So I did not enter off of this, but after I saw that we were respecting this order block, I got filled. I got filled in for long, so my trade looked something like this, and I wanted to target buy side, right? So this was my trade that I ended up taking. And again, if you look on the time frame on the 4 hour and stuff like that, we're just overall pretty bullish. We just have so much momentum going. If you look on the 4 hour again for ES, at this point in time, there's also just so much momentum. Let me go ahead and check the 1 hour. Yeah, again, so it's just so much momentum. But at this point, ES, NQ took out this high. ES has yet to take out this. Oh no, it did take out this high. Oh no, this is right now. This is right now. Yeah, this is not on replay mode. So there is a potential SMT here, and it's really hard to tell whether the SMT is going to work or not, just because you don't know if ES wants to continue ripping. And that's what it did for today. Like it just kept on going. Like it was a slow climb, steady. So this SMT wasn't actually valid, right? So it just, you got to be careful with that. I was definitely a little bit scared, right? But again, let's just jump into this on the 1 minute. Where'd it go? Hello? Did it just move me back? Bro, why did this is what I'm telling this is what I'm talking about. January 3rd. It's like around over here. Like it resets. I don't understand. 8:15. Dude, where did my drawings go? Oh, I'm on NQ. Oh. Wait, what? I'm on NMNQ. Oh, okay, that was weird. Yeah, that was weird. The same thing here applies. 4 hour. So there could have been a potential SMT, but I mean, you really just had to wait and see if ES really did not want to take out that high, right? So this trade actually ends up running for a lot, and I as soon as I got my 200, I was like, okay, I'm out. If I held this would have been crazy. This could have been 164 points. Never even close to coming back to my break even here. The reason why I took it off 200, it's Friday. Like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm actually terrified of Fridays. As soon as I got my 200, I was like, okay, I'm out, because 200 a day, it's fine. If you can make 200 a day for a whole week, that's 1,000. If you could do that for a whole month, that's 4K. If you could copy trade that on 2 accounts, that's 8K. That's an 8K month, right? And then if you could copy trade it on 3 accounts, you just add another four. So it just keeps adding up. So I was like, what, I made my 200. I'm out for the day, right? So this trade absolutely ran, and yeah. Uh, One of the good things that I was proud of today was just my overall higher time frame bias. I was happy that I was able to not predict, but just observe the market and just like okay, like and work with what it was giving me, right? Um, so we actually end up do taking these highs. Um, no, these highs. Sorry. So we actually end up do taking these highs, um, and then ES as well. So I was, for the most part, I was like, okay, this might be the end of the rodeo, just because maybe ES doesn't want to push anymore. There could be an SMT. It doesn't want to take out the high, but ES just took its sweet time and just slowly came back, slowly rose up and ended up taking this high. So this SMT was no longer something to worry about. But if you look on NQ though, on the 4 hour, there's a 4 hour gap here. But the objective of the day is now taken, right? The objective of the day for both NQ and ES are now taken, which was this high. So I don't think we want to go up to this 4 hour anymore. And that's what I was saying on the 1 hour. Let me go back. Let me go see where we're at right now. Yeah, only 1 hour. Well, I'm thinking right now, the draw of liquidity. Oh, yeah, it definitely hit. So in the beginning of the video, I was talking about this draw of liquidity here, this being the 5 minute as well, right? So this is a good draw of liquidity. Let me see if this trade would have worked out. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This trade would have worked out if I entered off of this. Yeah, this trade would have worked out. Nice. Cool. Um, yeah, would have definitely scaled out most of my position at this fair value gap just because it's holding so strong. Nice. So this trade worked out. I was just tape reading the trade again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, I will see you guys on Monday's recap. Peace.
The markets